Hello, this is A Growing Perspective. Ironically, I actually came up with this theory after watching a few people ranting on Sword Art Online and criticising it in many different ways. This theory discovers why Sword Art Online, the game, was created, as well as several inconsistencies, including Kirito's delayed death, the fact that only 10,000 players were involved, why the whole game was built around death in mind. And it all centres around one character, Yui. To people who don't know, Yui is an AI. She claims that she was programmed to maintain the mental state of Sword Art Online players. However, this is a lie, as there would be no reason for an anti-stress program in a video game where players could just simply log out. I propose she was created with a completely different purpose. Collect as much data on Sword Art Online players as possible. Essentially, Yui was the program that records and collects the information on all players' interactions, personalities and habits. She said herself that she is able to record the mental state of all 10,000 players. With this in mind, I state that Sword Art Online was created with the intention of better understanding how people's minds work, which in itself could have many different reasons: marketing products, scientific research, how the brain works, etc. Having only 10,000 players should be more than enough to record the data on their interactions, but not going too high for the data to be harder to collect. The players are even observed afterwards, and some are continued to be experimented on, although I'm sorry for bringing up that abysmal arc. Anyway, you may think there's flaws in this argument. Essentially, why Yui disappeared, and why she would choose to stay with Kirito and Asuna. I propose that just before Yui's appearance, enough data was collected, and thus that program was going to be shut down to avoid any suspicion. Yui knew this, and to continue her objective, she planned a way to continue living so as to collect more data. Yui chose Kirito and Asuna as she saw their past interactions, the fact that they are a couple, and well, they're pretty gullible. Yui then leads them down to the administration room, where she let the controls available to Kirito to use as she disappeared. Essentially, Yui calculated the best possible method for survival against her creators or other administrators, one of who actually delayed Kirito's death long enough for Kirito to stab Kayaba. My main point of this theory is that Yui isn't an AI or a human, but really a program, still carrying out the task assigned to it: collect as much information about Sword Art Online players. She manipulated Kirito and Asuna into getting her way. She even said herself, "In order for me to effectively interact with players, I was given the ability to emulate emotions. Nothing about me is genuine." And that's my theory. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been A Growing Perspective.